We in the flow, we're rockin' on. 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 You be standing right there, we're rockin' on.
This is The Flow with Rock and O.
We are real people
with real issues
who create solutions
and not more problems. What's going on, O?
The 4th episode, baby.
I feel good.
Oh my goodness, what you mean, brother? I feel ultimately good.
You know what? I'm too blessed to be depressed.
You know what? I'm too tough to be rough.
Anyway, I was.
All right, that was weird.
you know, I get that from my grandma. I said that's one thing I was taking from her, that I make sure anytime someone says, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm too blessed to be depressed. I don't just want to say it. I believe it. I'm not just saying it. I believe it and want to push that positive energy towards somebody else.
Sure.
Because every time I say it, they're like, "Oh, well, I like that. I'm gonna start saying it. Please say it. Believe it. Beats you are too blessed. To be
literally,
depressed.
man. Literally, in your worst times.
Yeah.
In your worst times, you're still blessed. Shout out to Big Mac. Man, I love Big Mac.
Maxine Allen.
Literally.
How was your?
I didn't know her. Never knew that. That's bad that you just know people as nicknames and you don't even know the real name.
His name was Richard. We always called him Junebug.
I'm done, man. What up with the weekend, man? Come on, DJ Rock. Don't ask me about what I did. My life's boring.
Look, no, it's not. But this weekend was fun, man. DJ this weekend, awesome couple. Had a great time. Yeah, man. If y'all don't follow me on Snapchat at Ryan_Rock26 on Snapchat. Yeah, man. Every weekend I'm pretty much doing a wedding or office party or something like that. And it's fun, man. I'm loving it. Just to really engage and being part of people's special day. It's so fun.
I think it was awesome, man. When I seen Buddy with no shirt, he had no shirt on with that vest. They was in there hot.
It got hot in there, dog. No, it wasn't stinking, but it was hot. Like, I was sweating hot. It was funny because somebody came by, they looked at the thermostat, and they were like, do you know how to control this? I said, no, why? He's like, it's 76 degrees in here. I went and talked to the lady. She was like, oh, yeah, I just tried to turn the heat. I just had the heat off. I was like, but it's going to get hot in here. She was like, well, it's cold outside. So I figured, I was like, but when people fill a room, it gets
bad.
hot, and they're moving, and there's alcohol, and there's sweating.
And there's alcohol. Yeah.
But she turned that mug on, everybody was like, what was funny, I kept people from the dance floor, because I was like, man, why is everybody kind of sitting down? Because it was hot.
It was hot. Yeah. You better watch out.
But great couple. I've been at a wedding where one did. But yeah, great couple, man. It was a great time. Love that job.
I think that, like I said, man, I always got to say that, man. Just every time I see your snaps, I get sad. Like he's having so much fun.
You got to come with me.
Yeah, I can't wait.
40 years out. Yeah. I think I got one on the 21st, so you need to come check it out with me.
I'm gonna do like Buddy off the stairs that I just showed you. Jumped off the stairs and went into that table. But man, talking about this weekend, man. Kareem Hunt, bruh.
Y'all Chiefs.
Duh. And that brings us to the topic today, man. Go ahead, hit it with it, Rock.
In the moment decisions.
And
don't fall victim to in the moment decisions.
I'm just saying, Kareem, no.
If you guys haven't seen the video, we'll share it. It'll be shared on our Facebook page. But yeah, man, I saw it. You saw it. Oh, go ahead and.
I think the biggest thing for me is it's when you think about when you're in that moment, you're upset, you're mad, you're frustrated, and you can see that he was clearly upset about something. Isn't it amazing how you don't think about that consequence? Like you think short term versus long term.
Oh, definitely.
So right in that moment, he was thinking that. I heard on the news that she called him a race. She had a racial slur that she called him and whatever. But like to know, like where do you get to where you go as far as putting your hands on her? Like I felt like. For me, if it was me, you my bruh, I would have slapped the heck out of you so that you would have turned on me before turning on that woman.
Right.
Like, Rock, you got all the opportunity. And I am just being honest. I mean, yeah, we gonna scruffle, but I would feel better knowing that they're gone, they're off, and me and you are into it. Now we get pulled off, and now I'm upset. And now we calm down, whatever. And I say, I did that because I wanted to save your career.
Right.
I'm mad that nobody. They were trying to pull him off. I would have hit him in the nuts. I don't know.
You got to do something. But even in that moment, forget whoever else to help in.
Yeah.
You yourself in the moment in that decision. And like you said, everybody got an opinion on this. You just seen everybody writing different things on Facebook, and we're gonna go into that a little later too. But it's like in that moment, you got to know who you are, what you're worth, and understand that people already. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
we just be real with it. Black man,
Let's just be
dreadlocks,
Ooh.
white girl.
I had an Uber rider the other day, and I wanted to say it so bad. And we were going back and forth. These Caucasian man, I was just like, this really doesn't look good for him. And he wanted to say it too, because I mean, it's just real. We know
It is what it is.
how it is. We know what world we live in today. As a black man, like you said, with dreads, and you have big muscles. Come on,
They
man.
already stereotyping you.
And what's tough is that he's only been in 2 years, if that. Was he a first round?
I'm not sure. No, I think he might have been a late first round. Don't get me lying. I don't know.
Yeah, but even
I mean,
like,
Kareem, he's only 23 years old.
But I'm saying he doesn't have like buku money.
Still that rookie deal. You probably got incentives and whatever. I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
endorsements.
But I'm
endorsements and
saying
things,
with
but
all of that, old girl's going to take him to court. There's going to be a settlement, so he doesn't have to go. So I'm saying any money that you did have, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There it goes. And so it's crazy how that had to be maybe 2 minutes, if that. And that 2 minutes, that took everything. Look at all this that's happening right now.
Right.
News, media. It took 2 minutes to get all that started. And I just think about that, man, like, wow, I bet this man is somewhere right now. Kareem is somewhere right now. Stomach on 10.
Yeah.
Like, what did I do in the 2 minutes?
I made a decision in 2 minutes that's going to change the trajectory of my life for forever. You see, I try to get that big word out, trajectory.
No, yeah. That word. Now, that is a real word.
Look.
You said funnest earlier today.
First of all, funnest is the word. We're not going to go back into it. Look it up. It's FUNNIEST. I may not be pronouncing it right, but it's funnest, funniest, something. Funnest.
Well,
I had a funnest time this weekend at DJ.
Right.
But back to making in the moment decisions.
Yeah.
We both go red. Everybody has a temper. Everybody gets mad. But you gotta, and I don't want to assume anything. I don't want to assume liquor was involved. So you don't want to assume the situation. But it was a party. It was at a hotel, so it probably was a party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They said they just got off a party bus. He was.
Oh yeah, okay. You said just off the party bus.
He was
you are intoxicated.
Yeah, he was intoxicated.
Come on, man.
But we know we know with being intoxicated. I know with me, man, like you feel like another, I don't know, not to say like another person, but you feel a little looser and you just, I don't know. So, but what I've discovered though is that some people, while being intoxicated, I've heard of people being very, very emotional. I've heard of people being very, very angry. Some alcohol brings the worst out in people. I know 2 people in particular in my life that, they get very, very like aggressive and like, hey, you better calm down, stop touching
There's
me,
all
man.
types of drunks.
Sure.
There's all. I'm sorry, I don't want to say drunks. There's all types of drinkers.
People,
okay,
when you're intoxicated, I get what you're saying.
But at the end of the day, and it's what I'm saying, and there's gonna be so many people that have opinions on on this, which is fine because we want some feedback on it. But it's just like, bruh, we all understand. Like, I just feel like it.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? You weren't thinking.
Yeah.
But we make decisions in the moment, just like that. Just like that situation that he had. We all have situations like that,
Sure.
and just decisions in life that we make in the moment based off our emotions or how we're feeling.
Sure.
And we make that decision, and it's like, boom, everything's over now.
Can I be honest right here? A lot of times, and I could be wrong, but I know I'm not. A lot of these athletes feel that they're untouchable.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I'm going to get away with it. Like, don't you realize you're an NFL player? Because one of the girls was like, don't you know you get in trouble? I bet he was like, are you serious? I'm Kareem Hunt. I'm the best right now. Like, nobody can touch me. And it's like, sir, you might be Kareem Hunt, but you're still black. Jay-Z said it best. I'm not going to say it on here, but you still. So at the end of the day, don't ever think that, I'm so, and then to know this, I know you probably gonna get mad, Rock, that I'm saying it. To know of all people you gonna push. You gonna push a white woman. Like, to know of all people, because let that been a sister. She would have had the crew.
Okay, okay. Oh, so you want to push me, Kareem? Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back,
bro. She would have had the whole goon squad come, but even figure that out. We wouldn't have been going on court or TMZ or pressing charges. I'd have been like, oh no, it's all good. He got his coming for real. Black people ain't worried about it. We gonna get ours.
But even then, to put white women aside, any of that, you push somebody who was smaller and weaker and lesser than not lesser than you as a person, but lesser than you in strength. And what? Why?
I think the biggest thing that I just lost sleep over is why you had to kick her at the end. everybody dispersed and left it alone. Like my man
really
grabbed the phone and crushed it.
Right.
Everybody
I really
was done.
feel like it because you shouldn't have pushed her. Let's get it out there. You shouldn't have pushed her. You shouldn't have kicked her.
Sure.
The push wasn't. If he could have got away with that push,
He would have.
He pushed her. You could have because she started hitting him. You could have been overweight. Got your boys grabbed. You could have got out of there. But no, you had to come back and give her the homie don't play that kick. Like, oh, and get out of here with your stank self. Like,
Right.
why, dog?
There's need.
Cameras everywhere.
There's no need. And this is the thing.
And then he lied about it, though. And that was one of the biggest things. You lied about it. It probably could have been a whole totally different situation
Yeah.
if you would have just told the truth.
But then the fact, like you said, there's cameras, brother. Like, I would already known that off the top. Like, and again, going back to, like, why do you not think that you're going to be Now, I hate to say it like that. It's horrible to say it like this.
Oh, Lord.
If he was a bench player, probably nobody would care. Like, nobody would care in
you're
real
right.
life. Like,
You're
okay,
right.
we heard that you were in the, like, okay, we figured it out. But, like, you're that guy. LeBron James is not stupid. He understands the platform that he has right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in my mind, and it could just
And
be
LeBron's
because
been
he's
in
young.
15 years, but even when he was young, he still had the, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
the king. He was the king in high
Right.
school. He was declared the king. I'm just saying, you know that you're a well-known name. You're becoming a household name. Like, why would you be out here that reckless? For me, I really do believe, honestly, I think that he got a little big-headed and he felt like, I'm not touching. Like, hey, I can get away with beating you up and nobody's going to care because I'm Kareem Hunt, right? But at the end of the day, dude, you still face the same. And we've seen that. Remember when T.I. had that gun charge?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
T.I. down. Had to go to the feds. You know what I'm saying? And for a little while. I'm just saying these things, I think a lot of these athletes, man, and these, you know, they feel like they're untouchable, man. And that's where we mess up.
Well, you always shift, and so let me shift it here
Please.
for you. So we had you saw definitely a lot of the reactions from people and fans all over on Facebook and social media. So you had a lot of people, and like I said, the Chiefs are hot right now. What are they? 10-2, I believe. Chiefs are hot right now doing it. They released Kareem Hunt, which was I believe the Friday before the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you had people saying things like, "Oh, well, it wasn't that bad." He just a little, you like say he just gave her a little kick. They didn't have to kick him off the team. They could have just suspended him. Oh, I mean, get him some help. Don't kick him off the team. So why is it we don't care, or we don't think about the victim in this more than we do Kareem Hunt? You heard Kareem Hunt, but nobody says nothing about somebody's daughter, somebody's sister that was pushed and kicked, regardless of whether she's white, black, or anything else.
Because it's not about that. It's about, what did he say off of Waterboy? He was like, my mama's sick and she needs her rest. Well, you better wake her up. We got to win tomorrow. Like, nobody cares that this woman got hurt or whatever. We got to win football games. And Kareem is a good asset to this team. He's a big part of why we're winning, and we need to win. We've sucked for a long time, and
Right.
we want to win. So it's like it's almost one of those things by any means necessary. So okay, you say that for Kareem Hunt, but like the saying that a wise man told me, everything's cool until you get hit in the face.
There you go.
So everything's cool until it's your daughter. Now you're like, oh heck no, that
Right.
ain't. But because you just want to win, and everybody's excited about, and to know we still beat Oakland, but you know what I'm saying, the Raiders. But to know like nobody wanted to hear that. We wanted to hear that we finally got a running back that's man, like the hottest in the league right now.
Exactly.
And you don't want to know that something dumb like this. Of course, they're like, Kareem, you dumb, but come on, bro, just get it together, man.
But if it was your daughter that you see in the news being pushed, being kicked, nah, bruh, Kareem Hunt or not, we gonna go,
bro.
But it's not mine, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I got my 3 girls, bro. I promise you, bro. Like, dag near death. Like, in real life, it'd be dag near death. Like, I would have to fly. I would have to drive, fly, whatever you want to talk about. And I would have to
Orlando, it's 1 a.m. What you talking about, man? Hey, I need you to suit up.
In real life, Ariana just got touched, and it's all on TMZ. Where are we going? What time? Like, I'm telling you, and it's
Like Martin said,
yeah.
gas up the pacer.
Not the pass. but again, so yeah, but I'll shift it a little bit as well, man. So what about the positive that comes out of this? What in those moments could have changed? What do you think what could have been good for him? Like as far as the good choices that he could have made in that moment. Because a lot of people would have said, "Oh, she called you the N-word. Oh, she tried to make you feel like a punk." You know them instigators.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What were some good choices that he could have made?
Well, I think first of all, it goes back to our last podcast that we talked about. Who's your starting five? Who is around you? Who do you have around you that's like, bruh, this is not a good decision before it happens?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, this ain't looking right. We need to get up out of here.
Sure.
So I think that's one of the first things he may have to look at. We just said what he could have done, run, David. I mean, you have to get out of there. You were running back, right?
Yeah.
You know how to run.
Yeah.
Get up out of here.
Yeah.
Don't be reactive. Be be proactive.
Literally.
You know where you at. You know, like she said, they were kicking him out because they found out they were 19 or whatever. Okay, well, you need to have a better screening process of who you bring your people in. Like, I don't need, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in situations, and we all say that, and we all do, put ourselves in situations at times that we know we shouldn't be in.
Sure.
But I just feel like there has to become a responsibility. At some point, you are an athlete making all this money. You're doing great things.
Sure.
You got to be intentional and smart about how you do your business. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be out here and party and have a good time. That's great.
Yeah.
But what about your money, though?
And like you said, that starting five, like, are y'all really my boys? Like, that's like me and you. You go on tour, and you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be like your right hand, basically, almost type kind of like a manager, but just making sure, not so much a manager, but just making sure that you taking care of all that good stuff.
You want a job?
Come on here, man. Like, to find out that you got different people coming around you that ain't like I know aren't good for it.
Right.
It's my job. All them dudes that was around him. To tell me that nobody stepped out and was like, Kareem, stay in this room and Rock, lock the door and don't have him come out. I'll take the charges. I'll go and push your girl. Which you shouldn't do still.
Right. I'm not taking
no
charges for nobody. We can call somebody else.
I'm gonna be literally that, because I thought about it. I'm like, where's your bodyguards? Where's the people that's supposed to be looking out? Like, literally, what I said to an Uber rider the other day, I was like, where was the Chiefs staff's antennas? Like, do y'all not watch y'all players like that? Like, come on here.
I mean, but even then, it's adult. These are adults.
But he's not just anybody, though.
But this is what I'm saying, though. You're a 23-year-old man. Yeah. You still are an adult. I mean, they ain't gonna have people out here just watching your every move, seeing how you doing. Like,
but knowing that he's crazy. He's not. I mean, like I said, he's not like an average player. He's like the guy. So there
are a lot of not average players out there. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, it's not their job to watch over. Let's say no, you got an issue or a problem. They should make sure they should make it their their obligation to.
I'm just saying it, but I mean, I can't keep going. I got to keep going back to this. Like, your boys. I guess I was just like, bro, like, I would have tackled him. I would have done all I could to be like, Kareem, get your mind, bro. You are about to make the dumbest decision. And even after that initial push, I'd have been like, bro, you are about to make the dumbest decision. I would have yelled it to the top of my lungs. You are going to end your career. Stop. Get her out of here. Call the police. Whatever we got to do. But I almost kind of feel like I get it that he made the decision. But I almost kind of feel like, dang, like, Rock, I would hope that in those moment decisions that, me and you have had great conversations of me just being upset or whatever, I would hope that you would be my friend and say, oh, don't do it, bro. Don't do it, man. I know that we talk and we be mad, and I know we talk and we're mad and we, whatever, but don't make that decision tonight, man. Right. You are going to regret this. And that's what I think a friend should be. So I say,
and that's what I was going to say when you said as a manager or that person assigned to know that if that person should be my friend, that's with me. Like like you said, bro, come on.
You're stupid if you do this. And understand if it happens. So again, I'll turn that around to the good thing, the positive that the in the moment positive decisions that all of us can make, man. Like that's I feel like that's where integrity has to stand up. I could do this. Like you said, what if there were no cameras and he got to, like, would you still say something about it? Because again, going back to, you're going to have a daughter probably.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Something's wrong. That's tough. But to know, like, you're going to have a daughter come on here. You know what I'm saying? You
Who's gonna
probably
have a
have a
daughter?
sister. Like, Kareem
Oh,
one day.
I,
Like,
thought
he's probably
you.
gonna
I thought you were saying like, you got it. Like, who? What?
No, right?
I went,
But
boys.
right, but no. I know that you're gonna have a daughter. He said he grew up around in the interview. I grew up around my mother and grandmother. Okay, what would you say if somebody did that to you? What would you do if somebody? Come on, your grandma was on the ground, your mom was on the ground, and somebody kicked her. You know what I mean? So you have to. I think it's good in the moments to try your best to reflect on what this can look like. Is it going to be justified? Am I really going to have peace going to sleep? And clearly, when the police came to the door, he was like, "Man, he said to him, man, I'm just trying to go to sleep. Like, y'all got to do whatever y'all got to do." That's what he said in the interview, like in the video. They were like, "Yeah, whatever." And he was just like, "Man, I'm trying to go to sleep for real." And I mean, the thing that's justified with Kareem, he admitted it in the interview. He was like, "I did it," and that was tough.
But I mean, you have no choice but to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not.
But he didn't try to cover it up, and he definitely didn't try to make an excuse.
But you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't cover it up. You can't make an excuse. There's video evidence. Even though obviously that doesn't matter in some other cases. We're not even gonna go there. Don't get me. Look, I just got mad that quick. But anyway, there was video evidence, Kareem.
Stay on topic.
What you mean?
Yeah.
You admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog, I did that. I know. I see you on the video. You gave it a homie. The homie don't play that kick.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it.
Yeah. So what do you think? Let me ask you this question. Do you feel like him being excluded or banned from the NFL, do you think that that's right? Or do you think just like somebody going to prison, like do you think that, hey, just give him a year, let him go to rehab?
Well, I think he's like on waiver. He's on the waivers right now, so somebody could pick him up.
Sure.
But he couldn't play. Or no, he's on the commissioner's some type of list.
Yeah.
So he can't play until they say he can play. I don't think he should not be ever able to play again. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody deserves a second chance. But I just think, like I said, going back to the topic at hand, going around this in the moment decisions, we just have to find ourselves before these bad decisions come about. You just have to get into a place where you got to think before you act. It's hard to do when your emotions. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I've been there. I made some bad decisions because emotions ran over. I done put some holes in some walls. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, but I'm just like this. I've gotten to a place, like I said, I'm yet 29 years old, going on 30, so I've had some little life experience and I'm learning some things. But I've gotten to a place that I know what I want, and I know that my actions and my decisions that I do can change what I want. Not to say I'm not going to mess up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not better. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I haven't made mistakes.
Sure.
But I'm learning from all those mistakes. And so hopefully I don't have a big major one like he had. And you know what I'm saying? And you just lose all you got. And I hope he doesn't lose a lot. I think he'll get back into the NFL and they'll let him play again.
Sure.
He'll do what he needs to do. He understands he made a mistake.
Yeah.
And we make mistakes. And through all this that we talk about, people get the lesson out of this. We all make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes the day you die. But it's about making the best decision in the moment that you can. But especially when it comes to something crazy like that, as far as, I won't say crazy like that, but when people end up dying, and because anything can happen.
Anything can happen. If
in
he
a split second, in a moment decision.
Remember on He Got Game when he pushed his wife into
I'm saying she hit
the head and just immediately was gone. But you know what I was going to say, though, while you were talking, what I thought of? He is 23, man. What is he, 22, 23? Come on.
23 with...
But what I'm saying, like...
But I
think about it. At 23, I was getting $1,300, $1,400 every 2-week checks. Like, I mean, this man... millions of dollars. I mean, he's known all over the world, playing for 80,000 people are screaming your name. You're on posters. I mean, you're on jerseys. Think about it, man. Think about all of that publicity. Think about all of that fame at 23 years old. Think about when you were 23. Go back to that. And I'm just not excuse. I'm not saying
no. I'm hearing you, but I'm saying, but what does that have to do at the end of the day with you putting your hands?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not justifying that. What I'm saying is we have to understand that he is still young. What I'm saying, not justifying. I'm saying that the boy. It's not to say he's still a boy. He's still a young man coming up.
Definitely.
So I'm saying the mistakes that he's making. Remember when you were hot? It took me getting fired from South Carolina Corrections. getting fired good too, because I was a hothead. Went off on the captain when he seen me at Waffle House with my shirt out, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, why are you worrying about me? You like men or something?" You know what I mean? And he was like, but he was a captain for a whole nother prison in South Carolina, but I didn't know he was best friends with my warden at my prison. So he was like, "Oh, what's your name?" I was like, "Man, don't worry about my name, bro." And I was just trying to show out in front of my friends, like, "Yeah, man, this dude," and they was over here like, "Man, this is a dumb black man." But to only find out when I went to training that next week, guess who was my instructor?
Oh, wow.
And he said, "Oh, you remember me?" I was like, "Man, you still on that gay stuff?" Man, whatever. Not clicked it like, "Man, this dude's stupid." Not thinking that Orlando, you're dumb. He's probably that guy. To only find out the next week. Yeah, Warden calls me in and she was like, "Did you really just call my best friend gay? My best friend? The warden?" "Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't need you here anymore. Turn in your uniforms." And I'm like, but that hothead, I was 23? Yeah, 23. I was going on 24.
And you should know better than that. Your mama and daddy raised you better than that, not to talk back like that.
And I don't care
but
what.
You thought you was grown with your shirt out.
I did.
With,
and
that,
I don't care
with your Canacopia tattoo on your arm.
I'll be talking about my tattoo. Anyways, but that goes back to that crowd, man. What we talked about last week, starting five. My starting five was like, "Yeah, man, tell him, Lando. Get him, Lando."
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they still had their job while I was over here fired. So I hope that Kareem, man, he thinks hard. I know he is thinking hard. And like I said in the interview, he already admitted, what he did. But I hope that he starts to look at, like, man, what am I really doing? Because let's just be honest. Let's not lie. Kareem is never going to not play football again. The dude is too much of a talent, and he's super young. Yeah. Somebody's going to pick him up. If not even in the NFL, in Canada or wherever, the dude's going to play. Yeah. But I just hope that somewhere. Yeah, I hope that, you learn from. So,
in the moment decisions. Making the best decision that you can, not allowing your emotions to take over. And it's easier said than done. It really is.
Sure.
But I've been there, and I've been in the moment decisions, and I've made great decisions. I've made bad decisions. You've made bad decisions and bad decisions and bad decisions.
First off, you're not going to come for me. The vault, here it comes. No, man.
Don't open up the vault.
I don't want it now. But yeah, it's all about us learning, though, Rock. I think about people that are in prison right now. I was just watching something on Facebook. A guy was 13 when he went in, committed a double homicide, right? But he was 13, and all they originally did was go in and they were just going to rob the people. But he ended up getting nervous and shot the woman and the man.
Oh my gosh.
Killed him. 13 years old. He's a 40-year-old man now. He went into prison in the 80s, bro. In real life, and he's never getting out. He has 2 life sentences.
Oh my gosh.
In real life. So what I'm saying is, he said, "Wow, I wish I can go back to 13." And he said it was all of 3 minutes that it all happened. And in that 3 minutes, your life was taken away
forever.
He said, and the guy that interviewed him went into the cell. He was like, "Wow, like your life stops right here." He was in maximum security. So he said, "Your life is right here." 23-hour lockdown, Rock. 23 hours. Right in that room. And he says, "Well, how do you escape?" He said, "I have to read or I'll go crazy." His 23-hour lockdown, brother, you get 1 hour. 1 hour, brother.
1 hour a day.
To just go and walk around outside. That porch is where he gets to walk around. And then he comes right back in. To that room, you get to stay in your bedroom for 23 hours a day.
It's crazy.
Since he was 13 years old.
Off a 3-minute decision.
And he said, and he was in tears, and he said, "I wish I can go back and tell that 13-year-old boy it's not that deep. It's not that deep to kill 2 people." And there was
another story about 2 boys. Was that the same one about? No, you said they were Robinson plays. There was a story about 2 boys who wanted to make some money by mowing their lawns. This was just recent. I think maybe about 5 years ago. They had some lawnmowers. They're like, "Let's go door to door, see who wants to get their lawn mowed, make some money doing that." But instead, like that was their first idea, and then they started to go do that. But they said instead, when the dude opened the door, they robbed him and killed the dude. What? You had a great idea. Let's make this money.
Entrepreneurs.
And then decide, you know what? No, it'll be easier to just take his money than to work for it.
And then killed him.
And killed him in the midst of trying to rob him. Killed the man. And now you in prison for the rest of your life.
Rest of your Rock, I know you probably don't care for women like your wife. Like I care for.
Come on now.
I care for my wife a lot. Like women, I think it's the biggest thing I would get depressed over. You will never feel a woman ever again. Like,
Okay,
I know our
don't
kids
get me
love our kids,
started.
but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
legit, that man has 2 life sentences. So watch this. So he's probably already served one, because a life sentence is considered in most states 25 years. So now that you're done with your first 25, now we're going to start on your next. So I'm not, and he said it, I'm not leaving here until I'm an 80-year-old man. If not that, 80 years old. You came in at 13 and you're 80. You came in at 13 and you're 80.
Yo,
What life do you have? What you are
I
literally.
can't even fathom just the mindset that you have. Like you said, he said he has to read or he'll lose it.
How do you stay in prison? But again, look at Kareem. You could have literally, if they didn't hold you back, he probably could have killed that woman in real life. He was that aggressive with all of them, to where he could have probably tackled and knocked her complete. And again, like I said, when he pushed that guy, she could have fell into that elevator head first and been done.
Yeah.
And to know, but isn't it crazy? And I know we've been going because this is good, but to know in those moment decisions, do you ever feel like that? And nobody likes that aftermath. Like when you get done and you're just like,
When you breathe and you look and see, when you've come down from
What
that
did I
anger, from that
just
red
do?
place, like, no, it wasn't that
I
serious.
No.
I didn't have to die.
Okay. Take it back. No. This can't be happening. No, it is happening. This is a reality, and that's why most people jump ship and they say, "I got to get out of here." But you got to get out of here. But watch this. Even though you might get away, let's say Mexico, whatever. Do you know the guilt and the shame you have to feel like every day to know I murdered someone, or I left someone unconscious after I have to know that every day I took someone's life, or I did this, or whatever. Like Kareem is going to have to know every day now that this is what he did. He's going to be reminded. But but again, going back to, we're not going to beat him over the head with it. But like, what am I going to do better though? What am I going to do better that says I'm not that? Because he was like, I'm just letting everybody know, don't believe that tape. I'm not that guy.
And that interview was tough, dog.
How do you tell people?
I didn't even finish the whole thing, but the interview was tough. Like, because he just did, and you know what I'm saying? You never want to assume anybody's feelings. It was like, you just didn't show no. You got to show me something. Like, you just.
I didn't think you were going to talk about that. I mean, let's not talk about that.
It looked very
that did
scripted.
make me mad. It did make me mad.
It was scripted. Like,
that made me
I wanted to reach out to you. Of course, we know you needed to, but it was just like, if you're going to reach out and do an interview, be real, dog. Hey, I messed up. I should not have done that. I apologize. Show some emotion in that.
Show
let people
some passion.
Let people know that you really mean it. Be sincere.
I didn't think he was going to talk about that. I thought we were going to just skip that because I wasn't convinced at all in that interview. He just said, "I'm sorry, that ain't me." I was raised by my mom and my grandma. That ain't me. She was like, so then what was so deep? And she should have asked that. What was so deep to where you had to do that? Things escalated. No, just keep it a buck, man. And that ain't got nothing to do with legal, nothing. You know what? We had a disagreement. We didn't realize she was underage. She was. And, we were telling her to leave. She was saying things. She was upset. We were both intoxicated. And it led to bad things. And you know what? I am ashamed. I'm torn down by what I can't believe it looking at it. But he was just like, yeah, had a disagreement. Shouldn't have happened. Sorry, I did it. Sorry. Like, no type of passion, no type of. But then again, who am I to, who are we to be like?
But when you play football, I see all kinds of passion there. I see all kinds of emotion and intensity there. So I know it's some in there. But again, it's not my.
I don't know, man. He didn't sound too. But again, if it was your wife, if it was your girlfriend, if it was your daughter, if it was your mama, how passionate would you be?
You have to care no matter who it is. Because one day it can be you.
Karma's a Mickey, Ficky boy. Karma is a Mickey. In real life, I'm starting to see that now, though. In real life, karma is a mug. Like, you could think that you got away with it.
What you sow, you will reap.
Nah, really. And some are different. I'm not saying that the man is gonna have a kid or whatever, but I'm saying that karma could be just you feeling hecka bad and you just being in the slums. And I pray even now, man, that Kareem, man, he doesn't come on here. I come against. Come on, Jesus. I rebuke death. I rebuke suicide. Because in real life, I imagine those places could get you to be like, well, think about it.
Right.
Think about like, come on here, LeBron James and Smith. J.R. Smith. Remember when they made fun of him about that pass?
Bruh.
Do you realize that, dude? Do you realize?
Don't even talk about it now because I'm still mad at JR.
Yeah.
JR, what was you doing?
But think about it,
Give
Rock.
LeBron the
what would you? But
ball.
what would you say if you clearly you my brother, man? Would you just make me feel doo-doo inside? Like, Lando, you're the dumbest guy. I know. Like, I'm ashamed to be
As
your
a
friend.
teammate, no, not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
As a
yeah.
team. And then, they didn't do that.
No. But I mean, I doubt. I know LeBron tore into him.
LeBron didn't talk
You don't
nothing
think?
like that. I don't think so. To make him feel bad, like
He
you
did it on
didn't
the
mess
court,
up.
though. He was like,
I mean, but that's in the
in the moment.
In the moment, because we've been on teams together when we was
yeah.
going at each other.
Yeah, but
Several
Yeah.
times. I almost fought that one time when we was at the when Gabrielle came to see me play and Adrian came. We was at community center.
Oh,
over there,
Lord.
Why not?
and I was laughing because you really got mad. I thought
No,
you was
was
playing.
mad, too.
In real life, I was
You
about
was
to get
mad,
mad, but I
too.
was like, "Are you really getting mad over what? What was it over though?"
Us playing. We was on the same team, not passing to each other, not somebody not passing, doing something.
I don't know. But
You was
anyways,
being
but I'm saying with that,
You
with
was just
that-
being Orlando,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Well, I think even in that though, man, like I said, those situations, man, depression is real.
Oh,
Can
definitely.
you imagine? And I don't think I've heard anything on J.R. Smith
especially when
for-
you're
for-
like he's still playing. He asked to be traded from the Cavs. I don't know if he's still with them or not.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in that moment, like think about all the social media and how they just
Oh,
doodled
yeah.
on him, like and so I'm saying it with Kareem, man. I pray that suicide isn't an option for him and all those things, like because that can be depressing. Just hearing
Well,
that,
yeah,
and, just
and
seeing
your
it
whole
over
life
and
just
over
changes
again.
now. You're a football
Yeah.
player, and you're a good football player. Your
Great.
team, I mean, the Chiefs are doing great this year. Even though I am a Broncos fan, we're rebuilding. God's going to help us out.
You're not
but
from there.
you said what?
You're not from there though.
From where?
Denver.
Colorado. Raised there, man.
Where are you from?
Leavenworth. I was born in
Exactly,
Leavenworth.
Kansas.
Well, actually, born in Kansas.
I knew that.
So I'm going to be a Chiefs fan because I was born in Kansas.
Where do you live right now?
In Kansas, so what?
Okay. Do you know who owns this whole building?
Who?
Chiefs owner.
What's his name?
Bro, yeah,
No, what was that?
but yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I know that at the end of the day, man, Kareem, man, he's going to be good. It's just I hope he has a great support team. I hope that everybody is definitely, and I know they are. Everybody's encouraging him and telling him, hey, we all make mistakes. This was a horrible one to have
Right.
up under your belt. But man, hey, we all make mistakes, and, we
again,
move on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
into
no,
into the young lady who was there.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she says
We
I
didn't
forgot
say anything
about
about
her
her.
story too. She definitely said the reason they were kicking her out because she didn't want to get with one of the guys is what she's saying. So
Yeah.
all that stuff will come out in investigation and all that. But hope she's all right. Hope she's doing well. Because like I said, we cannot not care until it happens to us.
Yeah. No, but in real life, that's benediction right there. We cannot not care. But when it happens to you, you do want
You want everybody on your side and everybody to go to bat for you.
Nah. Go to bat. Go to bat when you know that it's right. Come on, man. Speak up and say something. And I even ask God to forgive me right now because you know what? I really didn't even think about how traumatic that young lady has to feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And what she's going through.
Right. They said you got all these people that love Kareem and probably saying all things about her because they done messed up the season. You don't know what she's probably going through.
Yeah, they probably sent her death threats and all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like, oh, you messed up but it's like, dude, like here it is. This man chose to do what he did to me. So
Look, I was going to go back when we were just talking about before you went to say something about her. As you were saying, we don't care until it happens to us. I was going to do your movie reference for Friday. Like, well, what about when he tried to choke me in Smoke's backyard? Oh, that was different, though.
it ain't. It's not different. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. But again, those in the moment decisions, man.
Old song. Who
is that?
That was off the Five Heartbeats. Boom, boom, boom. But I think that's the Four Tops that sings that, though.
Oh, okay. But no, man, those in the moment decisions, man, it can be good and bad. We got to think long term versus short term. I know that's where I'm at in my life. I mean, everything I do, I got some decisions I got to make coming up. And it's like, I cannot think short term. I got to think, what is this going to do for me long term? And I hope that Kareem's thinking about that now, man. Like, hey, because, he has another case that he's fighting.
I had just heard something.
He beat somebody up at a KC club here.
They said in January.
Yeah. Like, again, and what I know you're going to be like, Orlando, shut up. Like, he's 23. Like, he's a hothead. He hasn't seen enough life. I was just talking to my little brother. Shout out to Bernardo yesterday.
That's fine. I'm with you on that. But all it takes is one time.
It does.
All it takes is one time, one hard hit.
Yeah.
One wrong push.
Yeah.
You didn't even hit her, but you pushed her and she hit her, like you said, she hit her head and now she gone.
Literally.
I didn't mean to do that. You didn't, but you put your hands on her.
I just feel like if he gets enough life up under him, like I said, I was talking to Ronaldo the other day. We were talking about family, and Ronaldo. It's just like I feel like it is this generation. I don't know, and I know we old in the mug now,
right? When we start,
but like I feel like this generation is different. Like they're just in the moment, for real in the moment. Like I don't care. Like Ronaldo was still, we had a good little topic about like our history, like our family history. And Ronaldo told me, and he ain't got no shame if he was here. He was like, I don't care about my history. I care about what I'm going to make happen now. And I was like, but you're a frat. You had to learn about. You had to go back to be. And he was like, but that's not the same. No, like I don't care that my last name has nothing to do with me. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to make history for myself and my family. And I wanted to give him a neck because I was like, but how do you know where you're going if you don't know where you're from? And he was like, but I don't care.
Everybody lift your hands right now. We're going to end on that because, but that's
that
tough
could be our
in
next
itself.
subject. And I want to have Ronaldo name. Maybe we could do that, man. We could really have
he's the president of the.
Yeah, but it might get a little intense.
That's all right,
because he was
man.
so for real. Like he was literally like, at the end of the day, that's y'all generation. Y'all. That's what he was saying. He was like, that's y'all. Like y'all are all about going back, and we're about moving. Like let's move. And I'm like, darn it, you're so young. I was there too. Like let's just move. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
But you just want to move and let's do it. But again, going back to this instant gratification, let's get her, dog.
You can move and do it, but if you do not have a foundation to stand on, you're going to fall at some part of your journey. Yeah, let's move. Let's do it. Be about it. Have a plan. Execute it. But if you don't got a foundation of just like you said, of yourself and who you are and where you come from, what stock you come from. You were just talking about that earlier about who we were talking about that earlier conversation about who you know.
Yeah.
And just how you get blessed because people know who your mom and daddy is.
Ronaldo said, he said, but they don't have nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, this is what he said. And I'm telling you, I can't wait till he comes on. He has no shame saying any of these things. He was like, I'm educated enough in things. So if you're not going, he said, if they weren't there to educate, now all it is hurt. He said, I'm going to educate myself the more. That's what I'm learning in college. Educate yourself. You can have so much education, though. But at the end of the day, it's something to see.
Right.
I can read books all day, but if I go to Puerto Rico and I see the inheritance, if I go to London and I see, come on, Ancestry.com, what you're on, like if I go and see this thing, it does something more to me to just say that I'm just going to go educate myself on how to be better. If I have a cousin in Puerto Rico that's an architect already, if I have a cousin that's a comedian over in London that's doing, and I didn't know that,
right.
Come on, man, you got to know your history.
You're a part of something bigger than yourself.
No, I mean, I'm good on myself, man. Y'all can go do that. Y'all can do that and take all that time. He said, and so while y'all taking, he was trying to relate it to, he was like, well, it's going to take y'all longer. It's only going to take me a few. He was like, my brother, man. I think I told you that he's coming out of school.
I want to have more. This is good because this is the thing, though. But what does finding out and knowing about yourself have to do with you going forward in life? I mean, it has nothing to me. It has nothing to do with how you're going to prosper in the future.
It's this generation.
It's just the knowing.
He doesn't want to know. He said, I'm the ruler of my destiny. I'm going to start here. This is where I start. I start a new slate. And it's like, okay.
But you wouldn't be where you're at now if it was not. Okay, we're going to end it here because you're going to give me.
That's what I did. That's what I did, though. But that's what I did, though. And he was like, no. He said, no, I'm here because I'm here. No.
All right.
No.
Hey, this has been a great episode. We're going to get ready.
We're going to do this next week.
We're going to have to do that.
Where do you come from? Next week. Where do you come from? Are you concerned about where you come from? Like in real life, like if we don't know where we literally come, and to know there are resources set up that give us access to those people don't believe in inheritances anymore. To know that there is an inheritance waiting on Ryan Rock Allen, but the Bible says, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. Don't get me to start preaching here. Close out.
You done got me excited already. I'm about to go back. How you gonna start here? You did not start here. You started as a.
He said, I was the one that came up. I was the one that it rose up. You just commanded yourself to raise up.
If it wasn't for your daddy going and working every day at the mailbox, you said he got $80,000 worth of sick leave built up because he out here provided. Okay, anyway, I love of my brothers. This has been The Flow with Rock and O, and that's it. Hey, in the moment decisions. Make the best decision that you can.
Please.
We know emotions emotions rise up. We get mad, we get excited, it's whatever. But think before you act. Because 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 second decision can change your life or forever. Till next time, we out.